Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. Here with Jonathan. Tim's hello. Tim's not here. So we've had a bit of a development. We've got this gold player who's Algeria, and do you want to tell us what you've been doing all day, Jonathan, along with Tim?
We thought he was dead again because overnight we started hitting his cities with strikes. Constantine, we destroyed all of the buildings. Wagler, we damaged the naval base so we couldn't use it. Same with Algiers, we pretty much leveled that and destroyed a bunch of troops on Iran too. Then I go away from a couple of hours, come back, and he's built a level 5 army base within the space of that time on Constantine, rebuilt his level 2 air base and a level 1's arms industry there. So there was nothing there, and he just spent gold to rebuild it all. And not only that, he's built back some air superiority because we destroyed all of those. We killed 3 of his choppers. He's built 4 more of those, and he's still managed to magic up 6 troops to send at Death Valley. And we're just about to get into a big battle. So it's really it's all come out of nowhere.
Oh, and have you seen the 2 extra air bases he's built?
Yeah, I see he's got one in the west, just west of Tindouf. Where's the other one?
It's just north. He's just built it in the last 10 minutes, I think. So that'll be a chopper attack incoming. But we should be prepared for him. So let's just recap, John, because I've got this on my screen. We leveled all the you leveled all the buildings in Constantine. He's now rebuilt in moments a level 5 army base, level 2 air, and same with Ouagla. Leveled them. He's now rebuilt back a level 4 naval base. This is all within the last probably hour or two, isn't it? And all these are new buildings in Algiers and Oran. And he keeps taking back Tindu, which is fair enough. So he's just built a couple of air bases here and here, and he's got choppers, hasn't he, and air superiority. So he hasn't seen your AA guns yet. Is it worth you bringing in another couple of your AA guns that you were sending over to the east?
Yeah, I guess so.
They're going to come in handy. I mean, even if you put them on our airbase.
Yeah, that would be a good idea, wouldn't it?
I presume they can't fly yet.
No, and it takes them 11 hours just to get from where they are now to where they're going to be.
May as well send them into the fray where they're going to do some good. I'm building a SAM in about 19 and a half hours, so the SAM can join in, but obviously it's no good against the helicopters. And we think level 4 naval base, that's going to build cruisers. And what happened in the south of where Tim is with his destroyers, because I saw them on fire, seen they've lost a few hit points.
Yeah, he's brought around 1 destroyer. So when we were hitting his naval base last night, we weren't hitting any contacts. So thought, oh, maybe he's already sent them over, and he had. There was 1 destroyer there, which is now dead. But he could be going up to make cruisers somehow, because he's got a level 4 naval base there. I think what we need to do is survive this attack, and then overnight just destroy all his buildings again. Yeah. Tim's still got all 5 of his planes. She's now retreating away because the airbase is being attacked.
Fantastic, yeah. So he's retreating those, which is brilliant. Yeah, it looks like you got him overnight. That he's sleeping. So yeah, same again. Cost him money. I mean, to build a level 5 army base on a 29% morale city, that will be costing a lot of gold, because the lower your morale, the longer it takes to build something, including with gold. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
He's hit my stack of 8, so I was starting to go after Uragla with my 5 armoured fighting vehicles and 3 motorised infantry. Got to about here, because I saw you taking out all his buildings everywhere, and I thought, right, well, let's progress and attack. But he magicked up all those things, didn't he? And then he came after me with some, 4 choppers?
Yeah. So he did about 30 damage to you, but your armoured fighting vehicles, they've got about the same defense against choppers on aggregate as 2 of my mobile anti-airs, which is really quite impressive.
Yeah, it's
So I
pretty
think I'm
nice.
gonna
10
move.
defense in all. I've just got it on my
Yeah,
screen.
I'm gonna move two of them and sit them on the airbase, so that can be defended. Maybe move all four of them back there. That'll give me enough time to like run them into battle if the choppers come and attack you there.
Yeah, or
Um,
leave one of them with me.
yeah,
Even if it dies, it's going to do some good damage and help out my guys.
they're just sitting out of the way for now. I might join in
Yeah,
a little bit later. So they're going to be up to level 3 soon, and I think they do like 4 damage against troops. But I'm just taking them out of the way now. You're easily going to win this battle. You've got about 50 defense, and he's got about 30 attack. And you've got about 50% more health than him. He's actually arriving in
yeah.
5 minutes.
Okay, I'm also entrenched, and we've got a combat uh, base. So I've got I'll be reducing their incoming damage by 45%, which is fantastic. The combat base, or whatever you call it, combat outpost is going to reduce the incoming damage by an additional 20%. 25% you just get from sitting in the middle of a tile for entrenchment. So yeah, I sped them back to get there before him, and they did. Their attack is going to be okay, pretty poor against armoured fighting vehicles. It's 2 reduced by 45%. So let's say it's 50% for easiness of maths. That's 1 damage times 6 damage. I'm going to be dishing back, wow, 8 defense. So he's attacking me with 1, and he's going to get hit back with 8, roughly. That's like suicidal. So he's lost them. I'll take minimal damage. Ooh, would have been handy for Tim to hit the stack of troops.
Yeah, he's just retreating them for now because I've said that they were getting hit by air superiority.
Yeah,
and
no, that's fair enough.
yeah, so the air supes didn't actually do any damage to the airfield.
No, and they've done what 8.2 damage to the planes when they were sitting on the floor. So that's pretty cool. So Jonathan, we've got a proper tool of a gold player. I mean, it's just gonna hold us up, isn't it? We'll overwhelm him eventually. His tactics are terrible. They're pretty much spending an absolute ton of gold, just randomly when they decide to log on and decide and realise everything's gone. So they're not bouncing in regularly. They've not got great tactics, but they are pouring a ton of gold, magicking
really
up a load of stuff, and then having a little go while they're on.
You see, he's moving into Mauritania too on the west coast. He just ran all the way down there.
Oh, right, yeah.
Taking the area, it's swarming with his troops, but yeah, he's just not here right now, so I find it difficult to organise himself.
Yeah, that's annoying. Okay, looks like Tim's rallying back. He could just do sending his fighters after that. But I guess he's getting away from that other airbase first. Okay, well, he's going to come online a bit later, our Tim. So he'll start mopping up. And, forming that a bit more of a defensive barrier on that west coast once all these cities are taken. He's inherited a level 3 naval base there, Tim.
That's pretty good.
Let's see if it's got any value. Maybe annexes it, but that might cost more than it's worth. So we'll have to see. I've got a supplies tile. I can put a local industry on. Finally, I've got a spare bit of income. Local industry started building. In terms of resources coming into me now, John, I've got a fair few. So that's good. Just building up a level 3 and a level 2 army base now. So I've got one of each, so I can make armoured fighting vehicles on one and mobile SAMs on another. So it just ramps up to a second stage of production. Kind of wish I had the AAs like you've got, but you know.
Between us, we should be fine. I think we just need to hold out this province because we've seen how quickly he wants to build stuff. So I don't think we can actually take him out. I think we just got to keep defending against him until he gets bored, basically, and just overwhelm him eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost a shame I don't have a couple of AA of my own to put in my stack
Mm.
to move along. Because then when he hit me, I'd have hit him back with a bit more. But great that the fighting vehicles have that 2 attack on helicopters.
We're really going to need the SAMs too, because my AA, right, was sitting
Yeah,
right below the flight path of his air superiority, but it didn't go off, it didn't hit them.
it came
So,
along
yeah.
here, just on the edge, and it came down, and then it went back, and your AAs never, they never hit. I was amazed. I thought they would. Oh look, so they've attacked me, and he's taken out one of my fighting vehicles, but I've taken out 3 of his troops.
I'll
So
tell you what, if you attack him now, if you counter-attack him, then that'll finish him off him straight away. And you'll actually get the damage bonus.
Is it worth it?
Of 25%. I think so. Like his defense is so low on all of those. You could just absolutely crush him in one hit.
Go on then. I've hit back to attack. There we go. Done it. Wiped him out. You saw it here first. I didn't know you could do that, Jonathan, where you're attacked and then you hit to attack back.
Yeah, you've got to be really careful, because if you are going toe for toe when you're in a defensive position, you want to maintain that. When you've got such an advantage, I think it's just worth taking that extra move just to finish the battle.
Yeah, he'll be pretty shocked there. If he was watching, it would be like, what on earth happened there? But he did take out a fighting vehicle. I've lost a fighting vehicle, which is a pretty heavy loss. Considering I don't... Well, I do have the gold, but we're not using it. We've got 50,000 gold that the developers gave me for an influencer match. I'm holding off because, we like to do this the old school way.
Oh, did you lose a fighting vehicle on the first attack or on that second one?
First attack.
Right. Okay. That was most... Like, if you hadn't been hit by the choppers, you
would have kept it.
Yeah.
That's annoying. But I'm building a field hospital now there. Would have been great to have one before, but struggling on resources. But starting to get there maybe on resources, maybe not. I haven't been able to expand like you guys, so... That's really
the problem,
annoying.
isn't it? Maybe you need to look at alternative ways to expand. Like Tim's been going into Mauritania. I've finished taking DR Congo now, and I'm looking to take out Libya next. I think I was going to start going into the East African Federation, but for a couple of reasons, I think that's a bad idea now. Because one, he's got some provinces which are very hard for me to get to without going to war with Ethiopia.
Yeah.
And two, once I take Libya, I'll be on the eastern flank of Algeria.
Yeah.
And he's got a complex to take. So I think I'll send all my AA to this place, but I'll just send a stack of troops to this mouth of the second Death Valley.
Yeah, I was going to say you may as well progress where you can and gain strength, you and Tim. And we'll just see where we can tactically keep hitting Algeria. It seems like your strikes overnight work really nicely.
Yeah.
Got to be careful of his air supers, but again, that's where my SAM will come into effect. I'll have a bigger area coverage, and I'll be able to help out a bit there. I can research something now. Researched rockets already. Could upgrade my mobile SAM. Oh no, need a bit more money. Oh god. So I don't know if you found this, but I'm struggling for money now. Since I lost my agent, it really hit me money-wise, and I keep having to wait for money over anything now.
You want to sell me some supplies or rares or something like that?
I could sell you some fuel. What about electronics?
Yeah, we'll sort it out after the episode.
Yeah, well, I've got something to sell you anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've got supplies and rares. So,
I'm almost ready to build my first destroyer.
Nice.
2.5 hours until I've got my level 3 naval base. So then pretty much all of my cities are accounted for. I think I'm just going to keep pumping out mobile anti-air in Marua.
Yeah.
And then Douala, I'm going to have destroyers going. And I'm going to have troops being built in Mayodale and strikes in Yanud.
Wow.
In Bertua, not really sure what I'm going to have here now. This might be just a second place to build troops. So I've built a level 1 army base there in case I want to do that.
Oh, well, Gel, I'm struggling to contemplate, should I save up for a while to build a destroyer or keep pumping out the armoured fighting? I think I've got to go armoured fighting. My resources are not huge. Let's do a sound off. Supplies 151 an hour.
189.
Components 112.
147.
Yeah, let's stop there. Your conquest of other lands is quite clearly kicking in.
I'm not even like I'm in second place now, and Tim's in first with 24 cities.
Wow.
I'm going to be ahead in fuel because of this special place I've got down here.
Yeah.
Fuel oil refinery. But yeah, you're really going to struggle unless you start annexing all of those cities or taking some other lands. But very precarious position.
Yeah, I'm kind of stuck in the middle.
There's no reason why you can't start attacking Namibia or Zambia, or you could even take this East African Federation city if you wanted. Juba.
Yeah,
right
but
there.
then I'd have to take my big stack really, and bring it down, and there wouldn't be any defense against those 6 troops that were coming in. They'd have just flushed through into my homeland. So,
or you could just see what you can get away with a couple of troops, and some support from our strikes.
Yeah. So, let's say I left 2 armoured fighting vehicles and a troop. Let's say I go for the Juba complex with 2 armoured fighting vehicles and a troop. What's the Juba complex? It's electronics. No one really needs electronics at the moment.
Not yet.
Really, it's Sudan. Sudan don't look terribly strong. They're going to be weaker than a gold player, but they do have a bit of infrastructure, don't they?
Yeah, they started to take out Egypt. I mean, the first city you've got coming out of the gates is Al Fashir.
And it's a rares. Yeah, I think they're probably my best bet, or joining you in Libya, but it can get a bit... It's better to just stick to your own war, isn't it? Can tread on people's toes a bit when you...
I really don't mind. Like I've got plenty going on. Like I could help you out in Libya, or I could go elsewhere.
Should we both hit Libya?
Yeah.
But I would go for the component city as a priority.
As Sadir.
Yeah,
Okay.
I kind of need components, but then there's no
How would
easy
you
way
get that?
round there, is there? Apart from through Egypt, which Sudan is going for. This is not easy, and I've got a bit of a ragtag army that's just kind of plastered together with little sticking plasters.
There's no reason why you can't take on Sudan, or I could just take on Sudan and you could just take on Libya. Like you can see the mouth of this province I've got here directly connects to both countries, and there's no need for us both to go to war with the same country because we've got access to both directly.
Well, shall I go for Libya because it makes sense because they're next door, and you go for Sudan?
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
Sudan look a
it does
bit
make sense.
stronger.
Yeah, if you were to easily taken over Algeria anyway, then I would offer Libya to you because it gives you more room on
I'd be
this side
there
of the map.
next. Yeah, okay. So I think what I'm going to do is go with... Oh, see, if his helicopters come back, my fighting vehicles are vulnerable. What if I just leave a fighting vehicle and a troop to defend that bit?
I think all you need to take along to Libya is 1 fighting vehicle and maybe a couple of troops, just to start off with.
Okay, we'll do that, and I'll go up the I'll go up your side passage.
Hmm.
So instead of through Algeria, because if I go through Algeria, he's just going to try and magic up some helicopters and attack
Tell you what,
me.
I'll build an airfield somewhere along here. Where do you think is a good place to do it? Like towards my end, or maybe halfway?
Yeah, halfway down I've found, or at least one back. Yeah, maybe halfway. But I can't move my fighting vehicles until they're level 4, so they've got to wander along anyway. So,
Mm.
and in the meantime, I'll just keep. Yeah, I'm gonna have to just keep building fighting vehicle. I think fighting vehicles are probably gonna be my weapon of choice. Gonna have to leave the navy to you guys for a while,
Yeah, absolutely.
and then build some troops, and then just see if I can build up a second front while maintaining some sort of basic defense from Algeria, where you guys keep chipping away at him with your planes, and then once I get a mobile SAM up there, that'll help a little bit. You've got your AA for the helicopters, and we've just got to kind of hold the line really. And once Tim gets into that western front, and maybe I've taken Libya. We're going to be surrounding him a bit more, and we can dive into some of these cities and just chip away at him. It's just going to be a game of attrition, really, isn't it? And see what we can get away with losing for making him spend more.
I think Tim's in a good position up on the west side. It's a bit harder to defend. I think that the thinnest point is 2 provinces wide. So you've got Turin, which is currently occupied by me. Where his troops are currently, you've got Al Ad-Dachira. If he sits a couple of troops there, that would be very defensible. Or he could move a stack up to Layoun, and then just gradually try and push up to Tindouf, and then hold that.
Yeah, and once he gets Tindouf, if he can get an underground bunker on there, and then just hold it, then he's going to be sending troops that way to take back the homeland. I might be able to rush something into Bechar or something and hold that. I don't know. We're just going to have to see what happens. But they're less critical infrastructure for him.
He's sent so much at Tindouf just to try and get it back, which makes me think he is probably struggling for fuel.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes, that could be an expensive one to alleviate him of.
And I mean, even though he's rebuilt on his capital, you can see it's smoking. It's literally on 29% morale. If it wasn't his home city, he'd be at risk of losing it to Rogue State. And the population's gone right down to 2.9. Now that really, really affects the output on there. It's getting 499 electronics. Is that a day? Yeah, it's a day. Compare that to where's your main one? Lagos. You're getting 1,629. So I mean, yeah,
we're out producing
really
him.
crippled his production there.
Yeah, I can slowly but surely build back and outproduce him and keep building. I've so far lost 1 armoured fighting vehicle. He's lost 6 troops and possibly a helicopter. So that's a good trade-off. Want to get mobile SAM in there, that would have taken out, maybe a couple of his planes that came in to attack the air superiorities. Yeah, well, okay, we're just going to have to see. So, right, I'm opening up a second front on Libya. You're going to Sudan, and we're going to start to expand out into Africa and just hold off Algeria as a secondary battle, but one that we have to maintain. Otherwise, he will overrun us because he's got a lot of power already.
Yeah, I'm building an airbase on Koro Toro. So I like the name.
Yeah.
Towards the back end.
Like that. So that's our second front, and then we can have one in the west as well. Thank God Tim had some destroyers, otherwise that's the classic one where you focus on your land battle and then they send
Oh yeah.
Imagine
really saved us there.
if we had like 2 corvettes versus 1 destroyer, 3 corvettes worth 1 destroyer, you just wouldn't have happened, would it? So yeah, really nice play by Tim really here, navally, by both of you guys. Your strikes hitting his infrastructure overnight, crippling him, and then just creeping forward the front. We'll get there. I just need another 1,000 or 2 to open up another research project. What do you think I should go for? I can do level 3 armoured fighting vehicle, which gives me more hit points, or I could go level 2 SAM. Level 2 SAM gives me another 0.5 attack on the planes. And then I've researched multiple rockets, but I just can't build anything yet really because I don't have the infrastructure.
Yeah, that'll be a massive game changer once we've got those. That's probably something maybe 5 days down the line for me.
Yeah, what are they, level 4 army base or?
Yeah, it's a level 4 army base. I've currently got a level 2. You'll currently have a level 3.
Yeah, and then I can just keep building onto 4.
Maybe just be defensive right now. I'd say level up Sam's.
Yeah, defensive. Take the the supplies dome city in Libya. But I can trade you excess supplies. I've got a little bit of excess, but that won't be excess once I start building SAMs.
Maybe just keep them then.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing pretty well on 189.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, and it will just build as you increase your morale. Are you gonna for example on your dome city that you've okay, you've got a dome city anyway for supplies. Are you gonna put a would you consider putting a underground bunker on there?
I think that'll make a difference.
Yeah, I think so, because it'll increase your morale, and because it's going to be one of the higher producing cities, because of the dome, it's going to be a prime candidate for underground bunker. Outside of arms industries on home cities, I found that underground bunkers on cities where you're keenest for that resource was the next best thing.
Right, I'm definitely going to annex that as well.
Nice.
That gives you 50% bonus instantly.
Fantastic. Yeah, so well worth putting underground bunkers, but only once they reach about 50-60%, because that's as far as they'll go.
Is it?
Yeah, and then if you put underground bunker, it might go up to 70%, which of course adds on another 100 or 2. An early game, especially if you're going to annex, that's only going to help.
It'll help accelerate it too. Like what I'm looking at right now is the population morale thing, and kind of like the order in which I've taken some of these provinces in DR Congo. It will suggest that putting a bunker on Kanaga would have the greatest overall effect on the adjacent provinces, and overall it would gain me the most net morale within this region. But say if I was to put one on Kinshasa, that comparatively that wouldn't have as much impact, right? That's how
okay.
it works.
But also, do you really need any more petrol?
No, I don't.
So think of the resources you want. But I get you. You've got some heat map, haven't you, on morale? Which one is it?
Yeah. Which one is it?
Political population.
It's a little eagle.
Eagle. Population morale. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay. That's So
actually, I would put one on Lubumbashi. For a couple of reasons. One, because if I was to push into Zambia, which I'm sure I will eventually, then I'd have a higher level morale right next to the border. And also, it's one of my furthest away cities, and you may know that your morale decreases the further you go away from your capital. So naturally, the further you go away from home, the harder time you're going to have. So especially if you're playing on your own, it's a good idea to radiate around your home city instead of just going all in one direction, because no matter where you start, once you reach another continent, you're really going to start struggling for morale. unless you decide to
Yeah.
move your home base there. And it could be quite significant. It can be like the equivalent of being at war with 4 or 5 different countries. If you've got an army base on a different continent, so
Yeah.
definitely something to consider. We should look at this map a bit more and see how we can maximize these sort of things as well.
Yeah, I definitely, and also it's a supply city, so that's going to play into what you always need. I definitely think build on your strengths though as well, and that's the dome you've got. So two different perspectives there, two different places, similar goals. I think you'd probably gain more from the Melange. 20, like for example, 20% extra on 300 will get you more than 20% extra on 100. That sort of philosophy. Make hay where the sun
shines. I can see the morale
shines.
of some of these neighboring countries as well. So like, because Namibia has recently taken all of South Africa, you've got to consider if I was to take South Africans' land again, then the morale's going to be twice as low as when Namibia's taken it. So like,
Okay.
if you're third, fourth party into a war, then you're going to be given cities with incredibly low populations, incredibly low morale. You're going to have to sit your troops on there longer, and you're not going to get a lot of resources out of it.
Yeah, well you've got good points there. So yeah, I can see why you want to go for Lambashi or whatever it's
Crikey,
called.
just looking in this view around the map, you can see some big sunburnt spots of red, like in the middle of Brazil, all of Norway, central
Ooh.
Turkey, and this is also a really good indication of like where the battles are happening right now. So
Oh yeah,
there's scrapping like west of Mongolia,
Greenland,
on the tip of Brunei. Like I wouldn't have
Norway,
spotted that otherwise.
Turkey. Oh, great heat
Turkey's a
map
big one
for
because that's where Iraq's going, and I actually noticed it in the
conflict.
newspaper earlier. But yeah.
Yeah, great
What's
heat
going on
map
in
for.
here in
Mm.
Germany? Hungary is fighting the UK by the looks of it.
Oh, it's just started raining. It's been dry all day. Yeah, lots going on in Africa then. Just try and find my view I like. There we go. Go to get the different colours. We go. Excuse me, on the political view. So that's a good one. Yeah. Okay. Well, you got your 2AA. I'm moving my. What am I going for? 3. I'm moving out 3 main battle tanks and a troop for some reason, keeping 2 troops and a fighting vehicles. So I'm moving 3 fighting vehicles and a motorised infantry. Don't know if I plan to split them up that way, but we'll go with that. Probably look. I'm just going to send another troop as well. So I'm just going to leave 1 fighting vehicle and a troop, and I'll top them up for the defense, and then I've got a good attack, little convoy going on. Okay, that'll do. Struggling for resources. I need to expand, like you guys, and we're defending from the fairly prolific and quite bizarre gold player. And they certainly ain't no broke player.
He's very committed. I'm impressed by his tenacity.
Seems
We'll
to
see.
like.
Maybe he'll lose all his cities by tomorrow morning again.
Yeah,
Sure,
yeah.
build them up again.
Seems to like quadruple down the investment each time, doesn't he? It's like, it's like a gambler. It's like what you do when you're gambling and you've lost everything, and then you gamble even more and lose even more. And
video games, gambling, no way.
Is when you spend money, cash money.
I know. Loot boxes, all of that stuff. It's everywhere, isn't it?
Oh my god! If you click on his city and you click on the level 5 army base, it shows you the resources it took to build that one base. It's $9,500, 2,500 supplies, 1,500 cogs. But it's greying out the ones I couldn't afford. Okay. 1,000 electronics, 500. Yeah, I mean, it's an expensive building. Because it's interesting, when you magic up a building with gold, you can't just say, I want to build that. You've got to buy the resources as well. Now, if you buy the resources separately, let's show you the market. There's a gold tab here, so you can buy 4,000 of a unit for gold, right? And that's the cheapest way to do it, from what I understand. So 4,000 fuel costs 2,300 gold. So you want to buy all your resources first, then you want to build the building. Am I right?
Yeah, I guess so.
But if you buy the building and it offers to buy the resources for you, I think that can cost a lot more. We need Tim because he knows a bit more about this.
Yeah, I think it does. It just says like, oh, you can complete for this much.
Yeah, and then when you've bought the building and it starts building, you've then got to speed it to complete it, and that's more gold. So, and then the lower your morale, like Constantine's at 29%, the lower your morale, the longer it'll take to build, therefore the longer it'll take to speed and the more gold you have to spend. So he's got very low resources and morale, and it's costing him absolute maximum money to speed everything. And then once you've got the building, then you can produce the units, and then you've got to have the resources to produce the units and then speed the units. So if you think about how he's built up, oh god, what even is he going to buy with an army base level 5? It's going to be rockets, isn't it?
Well, I mean, you need level 5 for theatre defense.
Nukes.
No, you need secret weapons labs for that, but we won't be able to see those if he is building those. He'd definitely be the sort of player to build missiles and then just spam us with them. So, I mean,
Yeah.
in a week or so, we're going to have to seriously start investing in theatre defense. So,
oh god.
once we've got a good line of defense, you should definitely push for a level 5 army base if you're going to go past.
Okay, I think so. I'm just going to keep building up to army base level 5 then, and research theatre defense as soon as I can. We're in that zone again, aren't we? We've been here before, and we're on day 11. Have we been hit by missiles by now? I think we've been hit by missiles. I've been hit by missiles by now and lost home cities and come back from it. Haven't I? Or was it day 15 that I was hit by missiles? You got to check the other series out on my channel. We've faced way worse than this. Way worse, and we've won.
Perhaps not quite as early though. That's the thing.
Yeah, and randomly determined as well.
Yeah. Just as long as like he's not making that much progress, and we are, then we're winning.
Yeah, it's the war of attrition, isn't it? Really.
Absolutely, and he can still be building his level 5 army bases, like speeding up all of his troops, but that's fine because we'll have all of Africa. We'll start to be pushing into the Middle East. We might even be taking bits of Europe around him, and eventually he's just going to be there on his lonesome in his little island of gold.
Yeah, along with me and my little island in the middle of you two, if I don't start expanding my ass out. So I need to get multiplying. For sure. And it's begun. I'm glad he taught me into that. So yeah, let's keep pumping him out. Let's keep supporting each other and attacking him and holding the line and all that. And we'll see who prevails. I've got a feeling I'm going to probably get some home cities attacked. Maybe Tim as well. 'Cause he seems to be a bit of a target. You're not far away. We're all quite bunched together.
Such a great position though, like once our navy's really consolidated and we've just got troops that we could just stick in these valleys, like people are going to struggle to get to us.
Yeah, it's potentially a nice long-term game position. Alright, well there it is. Any last thoughts, John?
No, I think we've covered it all.
Alright, well, it's goodbye from me.
Bye from me.
Over and out.